"You're not actually family." My daughter-in-law said it like she was commenting on the weather. Handed me a folder across my own kitchen table. Genealogy report inside, 23 pages. DNA analysis confirms non-paternal relationship with David Sullivan. That's my son. Had my name for 34 years. Rachel smiled. "Thought you should know before we make this public." I looked at the report. Looked at her. "Get out of my house." Subscribe and comment what time it is where you are right now. I didn't throw her out. Wanted to. Sat there holding that folder after she left. Hand steady. That surprised me. The logo looked professional. Heritage and Lineage Specialists, LLC, Austin, Texas. Report dated 2 weeks ago. Detailed analysis of Y chromosome markers, mitochondrial DNA, autosomal comparison. Conclusion clear. Probability of paternity, 0.0003%. I wasn't David's father. Except I was. I was there when Martha went into labor. 34 years ago, August 15th, drove her to the hospital at 2 in the morning. Held her hand for 16 hours. Watched my son come into the world at 6:47 p.m. Cut the cord myself. Never been with another woman. Not before Martha. Not during our marriage. Not after she died 3 years ago. The report was bullshit. Had to be. Question was why. I set the folder on the kitchen table. Same table Martha and I picked out at an estate sale in 1991. Oak. Solid. I'd refinished it twice. David had done his homework here. 20 years of math problems and book reports. My phone buzzed. David. "Dad, Rachel said she stopped by. Said you seemed upset." "She bring up the genealogy report?" Silence. Long enough I checked if the call had dropped. "What genealogy report?" "The one claiming I'm not your biological father." "What the hell are you talking about?" His confusion sounded real. Either he didn't know, or he was better at lying than I'd given him credit for. "Your wife just left here. Handed me a DNA analysis, 23 pages. Says there's no paternal relationship between us." "That's insane." "Yep. Dad, I don't know what she— Look, I'll call you back." He hung up. I opened my banking app. Took me 3 minutes to find what I was looking for. Transfer to David Sullivan. March 12th, $4,800. Mortgage payment, he'd texted. Transfer to David Sullivan. February 8th, $3,200. Rachel's car repair. Transfer to David Sullivan. January 15th, $5,500. Property tax. I scrolled back. 6 months of transfers. $47,300. Before that, the down payment. $89,000. Helped them buy the house 4 years ago. Martha was still alive. We'd cashed out part of our retirement. "It's an investment in their future," she'd said. Before that, David's wedding, $34,000. Martha had wanted it perfect. Rachel's family didn't contribute. Her parents were dead, she'd said. No siblings. She'd cried when we offered to pay. Before that, David's business, the landscaping company, $28,000 in startup costs, trucks, equipment, licenses. He'd paid back $3,000 before the business folded 18 months later. The student loans, $15,000. I'd helped pay those off when David was 26. The car, $12,000. His first decent vehicle, 23 years old. I added it up. Took me 20 minutes with a calculator. $228,300. That's what I'd given them. Given him. My son. Not counting the weekly dinners. The babysitting. Rachel's daughter from her first marriage, Sophie, 10 years old. I'd picked her up from school 47 times last year, counted them, every Tuesday and Thursday when Rachel's therapy appointments ran late. Not counting the repairs. Fixed their water heater last November, replaced their fence in June, retiled their bathroom in March, not counting the holidays. They'd spent Thanksgiving at Rachel's friend's house, Christmas at some resort in Colorado. I'd gotten a card, late. Postmarked December 30th, not counting Martha's last 6 months, when she was dying, when I was at the hospital every day. David visited twice. Rachel came once, stayed 15 minutes. "Hospitals depress me," she'd said. Martha died holding my hand. April 9th, 3 years ago. David showed up 4 hours later. Had to call him 3 times. The funeral. I'd paid for that too. $11,000. Martha had wanted to be buried next to her parents. Rachel had argued for cremation. It's more economical. I'd buried my wife. Phone buzzed again. David. Rachel says she was trying to help. Help. She said she found some inconsistencies in old family records. Thought you should know before anyone else found out. What inconsistencies? I don't know, Dad. Something about birth certificates. She said the genealogist explained it all in the report. The genealogist she hired. Yeah. Did you see the report? No. Did you ask her why she hired a genealogist? Pause. Dad, she's trying to help organize family documents for Sophie's school project. Sophie's 10. They do family tree projects. And that requires a DNA analysis? I don't know. Maybe she got confused about what services she was ordering. Your wife handed me a report saying I'm not your father. That's not confusion. Dad, come on. You're taking this the wrong way. What's the right way to take it? She's just, look, she's been stressed. Money's tight. Work's been crazy. Maybe she misunderstood something the genealogist said. Money's tight. Yeah. I transferred you $4,800 2 weeks ago. Silence. Dad, the mortgage is more than that. Then I suggest you make arrangements. What? I'm not sending money anymore. Dad, we need... No. I hung up. Sat there. Coffee cold. I'd forgotten I'd poured it. The house was quiet. Same house Martha and I bought in 1981. 43 years. Paid off in 2011. 3 bedrooms. She decorated every room. Her books still on the shelves. Her garden still in the backyard. I kept it watered. Some mornings I still reached for 2 cups instead of 1. My phone started buzzing. David calling back. I declined. Text came through. Dad, you're overreacting. Rachel made a mistake. Can we please talk about this rationally? I stared at the word. Rationally. Another text. We can't make the mortgage without your help. There it was. Not, I'm sorry. Not, Rachel was wrong. Not, what can I do to fix this? Just the mortgage payment. Due Friday, probably. I opened the folder again. Read through the report carefully. The science sounded good. Impressive. YSTR analysis, SNP markers, reference populations, confidence intervals. The problem was on page 4. Sample collection date, March 3rd. I'd never given a DNA sample. Not to anyone. Not ever. I looked up Heritage and Lineage Specialists, LLC. Website looked professional. Clean design. Stock photos. Testimonials that all sounded identical. Located in Austin, Texas. I called the number listed. Disconnected. I searched for the business license. Nothing in Travis County. Nothing in Texas. Nothing anywhere. I searched for the genealogist who'd signed the report. Dr. Patricia Whitmore, Ph.D. No academic record, no publications, no social media, no existence. I sat back. Rachel had hired a fake genealogist, paid someone to create a fake DNA report, to prove I wasn't David's biological father. Why? Money, probably. Had to be money. But why now? I'd been helping them for years, decades. Why suddenly need to prove I wasn't family? My phone buzzed. Rachel, this time, I answered. Walter, I think we got off on the wrong foot earlier. You handed me a report claiming I'm not David's father. I know it's shocking. It was shocking for me too, but I thought you deserved to know the truth. What truth? The genealogist found inconsistencies in... What's her name? What? The genealogist. What's her name? It's in the report. Dr. Whitmore. Where's her office? Austin. What's the address? Pause. I don't have it in front of me. What's the phone number? Walter, why are you... Because I called it. Disconnected. Because I looked up her credentials. She doesn't exist because the business isn't registered anywhere in Texas. Longer pause. I don't know what you're talking about. I paid her $3,000 for that analysis. No, you didn't. I have the receipt. Then show it to David. This isn't about, why did you do this? Her voice changed, colder. You're obviously upset. We can discuss this when you're calmer. I'm perfectly calm. Why did you do this? I'm trying to help you understand the truth about, I was there when David was born. I held him. I raised him. I'm his father. Biology doesn't lie, Walter. Neither do I, but you do. She hung up. I sat there holding the phone. It rang again. David. Dad, what did you say to Rachel? She's crying. I asked her why she faked a DNA report. She didn't fake anything. The genealogist doesn't exist. The business doesn't exist. The phone number's disconnected. Maybe you looked it up wrong. I looked it up right. Dad, why would Rachel lie about this? That's what I asked her. This is insane. You're accusing my wife of, what, fraud? Forgery? Because you don't like what the report says? I don't like that it's fake. It's not fake. Then take your own DNA test. We'll do it together. Send it to a real lab. Silence. David? That's not the point. That's exactly the point. Dad, you're 70 years old. You're obviously confused about... I'm not confused. You're having some kind of breakdown. Ever since Mom died, you've been... Don't. You need help. Professional help. Rachel and I have been talking about... About what? About getting you evaluated. Making sure you're competent to handle your affairs. Ice spread through my chest. Competent. Dad, we're worried about you. Living alone in that big house. Making irrational financial decisions. Now these paranoid accusations. I'm hanging up now. Dad! I hung up. Sat there. Clock ticking. Same clock that had been on that wall for 41 years. They were going after my competency. That's what this was. Prove I'm not David's father. Prove I'm confused. Prove I need a guardian. Rachel becomes guardian, gets access to the house, the accounts, everything. I'd seen it before. Frank Morrison, 3 doors down. His daughter had him declared incompetent 6 years ago. Moved him into assisted living. Sold his house. He died 18 months later. Never saw a dime of the sale. Not happening to me. I called my attorney. James Mitchell had handled Martha's estate. Walter, good to hear from you. What can I do? I explained. The report, the fake genealogist, the competency threat. He was quiet when I finished. They're positioning for guardianship. That's what I thought. How's your health? Fine. Blood pressure's controlled. Cholesterol's good. Doc says I'm healthy for 70. Cognitive issues? Memory problems? No. Any documented confusion? ER visits? Medication errors? Nothing. Good. Here's what we do. First, cognitive evaluation. Tomorrow, if possible. I know a neuropsychologist. Dr. Sarah Brennan. She's excellent. Get a full evaluation. Document that you're cognitively intact. Okay. Second, we make sure your documents are bulletproof. Will, power of attorney, healthcare directive, everything updated, everything clear. Who's your current POA? David. We changed that. Today. Who else could serve? I thought about it. Most of my friends were dead. Martha's sister lived in Oregon. We hadn't talked in 2 years. My neighbor, Barbara. We've known each other 20 years. She trustworthy? Yes. I'll draft new documents. Power of attorney to Barbara. Healthcare directive to Barbara. Will, who's your beneficiary? David. You want to change that? I looked at the folder on my table. The fake report. Yes. Who to? I don't know yet. Think about it. We can set up a trust if you want more control. In the meantime, I'll draft a letter responding to any competency claims. We'll attach the cognitive evaluation when you get it. What if they file for guardianship anyway? Then we fight it. You're clearly competent. You're managing your affairs. You're seeking legal counsel. No judge will appoint a guardian over your objection without clear evidence of incapacity. Okay. Walter, one more thing. Document everything, every conversation, every text, every interaction. If this goes to court, we'll need evidence of their behavior. Already started. Good man. I called Dr. Brennan's office. They had an opening Thursday morning, 2 days away. I called Barbara. She came over 20 minutes later. I explained the situation. She looked at the folder. This is horseshit. Yep. You want me to be your power of attorney? If you're willing. Of course. What do you need? James is drafting documents. He'll send them over. Just need your signature. Done. She paused. Walter, are you okay? I'm fine. You don't look fine. I shrugged. My son thinks I'm incompetent. My daughter-in-law thinks I'm not his father. But I'm fine. She squeezed my hand. You need anything, you call me. Day or night. Thank you. After she left, I sat at the kitchen table. Made a list. Evidence I needed. Cognitive evaluation. Birth certificate. David's. Hospital records, if available. Financial records. Document all transfers. Communications. Save all texts, voicemails. Evidence they had. Fake DNA report. Whatever story they'd tell about my confusion. I started with the financial records. Printed out 5 years of bank statements. Highlighted every transfer to David. Added notes. What it was for. What he'd said he needed. Took 3 hours. $228,300. That number kept staring at me. $250,000. Martha's life insurance had paid out $340,000. I'd put it in a savings account. Untouched except for the money I'd given David. The house was worth maybe $380,000. Zillow said $365,000, but the market was strong. Total assets, around $720,000. That's what Rachel was after. My phone buzzed. Text from David. Dad, we need to talk. Can I come over tomorrow? I stared at it. Thought about saying no. Thought about letting him come. Decided I wanted to see his face when I asked him questions. Tomorrow at 2. Thanks, Dad. I'll bring Rachel. We can clear this up. No, Rachel. Just you. 3 minutes passed. She's part of this family. She deserves to be part of the conversation. No Rachel or no meeting. Another pause. Fine. I'll see you at 2. I spent the evening organizing documents. Birth certificate. Marriage certificate. Martha's death certificate. Financial records. The fake DNA report. Put everything in a file box. Wednesday, I went to the bank. Talked to the branch manager. Explained the situation. Asked what protections I could put in place. We can add a note to your accounts. Any attempt to add signers or POA will require in-person verification with 2 forms of ID and a manager override. Do it. We can also set up alerts for any unusual activity, large transfers, new payees, that sort of thing. Yes. Mr. Sullivan, are you safe? Do you need us to contact anyone? I'm safe. I'm protecting myself. She nodded. If anyone claims to be your power of attorney, we'll call you directly before honoring any requests. Thank you. Thursday morning, I went to Dr. Brennan's office. The evaluation took 4 hours. Memory tests, pattern recognition, problem solving, verbal fluency, attention tasks. She asked about my history, my health, my daily activities. Do you manage your own finances? Yes. Pay your bills on time? Haven't missed a payment in 49 years. Take medications as prescribed? Blood pressure pill, every morning with breakfast. Any confusion? Getting lost? Forgetting important information? No. Any concerns about your memory or thinking? None. She smiled. Mr. Sullivan, your cognitive function is excellent. Better than most 70-year-olds I evaluate. Your memory is sharp. Your reasoning is clear. You're managing your affairs independently. Can you put that in writing? I'll have a report ready by tomorrow. I need it today. She looked at me. This is urgent? Yes. Give me 2 hours. I waited in a coffee shop. Drank 3 cups. Watched people come and go. Thought about David. 23 years old, needing a car. I'd co-signed the loan. He'd made 3 payments before asking for help. 26, buried in student loans. He'd promised to pay me back. Never did. 29, starting a business. Full of plans. The landscaping company was going to change everything. 31, getting married. Rachel was perfect for him, he'd said. She understood him. 34, broke and desperate enough to let his wife fake a DNA report. Where did I go wrong? Dr. Brennan's report was ready at 4 p.m., 10 pages. Detailed evaluation. Clear conclusion. No evidence of cognitive impairment. Competent to manage personal and financial affairs. I drove straight to James Mitchell's office. He made copies. Added it to the file. This is solid, Walter. If they file for guardianship, they'll lose. What if they don't file? What if they just keep pushing? Then you hold your boundary. No money, no access. Let them show their hand. Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. David knocked on the door. I let him in. He looked tired. Thinner than I remembered. Dad. David. We sat at the kitchen table. He saw the file box. What's that? Documents. For what? Context. He rubbed his face. Dad, this has gotten out of hand. Rachel made a mistake. She hired someone who turned out to be, I don't know, not legitimate, but that doesn't mean... Why did she hire a genealogist? She told you. Family tree project. Sophie's in 4th grade. They don't do DNA analysis for family tree projects. Maybe Rachel got carried away. Or maybe she wanted to prove I'm not your father so she could challenge my competency and get control of my assets. He stared at me. That's insane. Is it? Dad, Rachel's not some kind of con artist. She's my wife. Sophie's mother. She wouldn't... She handed me a fake DNA report. That's fraud. She threatened my competency. That's financial abuse. She's been positioning to take control of my money. Your money? He laughed. Bitter. That's what this is about? You think we're after your money? Are you? We needed help. We've always needed help. You know the mortgage. You know Rachel's medical bills. You know... Rachel's medical bills? He stopped. What medical bills? She's been dealing with... What condition? He looked away. Anxiety, depression, the therapy's expensive. I've been picking Sophie up from school every Tuesday and Thursday. Rachel said it was because of therapy appointments. Yeah. For 2 years. Yeah. What's her therapist's name? I don't know. Some woman? Doctor something? You don't know your wife's therapist's name after 2 years of treatment? Dad, I don't interrogate her about... Where's the office? What? The therapist's office. Where does Rachel go for these appointments? I don't know. Somewhere off Maple. There are 40 medical offices off Maple. I don't know which one. Because she's not going to therapy. He stood up. You don't know that. Where is she Tuesday and Thursday afternoons? That's none of your business. It became my business when I spent 2 years picking up her daughter because of appointments that don't exist. He grabbed his keys. I'm not doing this. Sit down. No. David, sit down. Something in my voice stopped him. He sat. I opened the file box, pulled out bank statements. $228,300. That's what I've given you in 11 years. Starting with the car, ending with the mortgage payment 2 weeks ago. I laid out the statements. Highlighted lines stared up at us. Every transfer, every loan, every emergency. I documented all of it. So what? You want me to pay you back? I don't have it. We're barely making... I know you don't have it. That's not the point. Then what is the point? The point is what I got in return. He waited. You visited your mother twice in her last 6 months. Twice. She asked about you every day. Where's David? When's David coming? I lied to her. Told her you were busy. Told her you'd be here soon. Dad, you showed up to her funeral 4 hours late. 4 hours. I called you 3 times. I got stuck in. You spent Thanksgiving at Rachel's friend's house. Christmas in Colorado. I got a card postmarked December 30th. We needed a break. The stress. You needed a break. I laughed. No humor in it. I needed my son. I needed my family. What I got was an ATM that occasionally received thank you texts. When you remembered. He was crying now. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't realize... Yes, you did. I was trying to keep my family together. The mortgage, the bills, Rachel's... Rachel's what? Her fake therapy? Her fake genealogist? Her real plan to have me declared incompetent so she could take control of everything I own? She's not. That's not what. Then what is it? He wiped his eyes. We're drowning, Dad. Every month it's something else. The mortgage goes up, property tax goes up. Rachel lost her job 6 months ago. My business barely covers the truck payment. We're 3 months behind on everything. So, get cheaper housing. We can't sell. We're underwater. You know we only put down 10%. The market shifted. We owe more than it's worth. Then rent it out. Move somewhere affordable. Rachel won't leave that house. She says Sophie needs stability, needs her school, needs her friends. What Rachel needs is a job. She's trying. For 6 months? He looked away. David, when did she lose her job? February. What's she been doing since February? Looking, applying, interviewing, while you work 12-hour days. Somebody has to. And she stays home, not going to therapy, not working, picking up Sophie from school twice a week, except she doesn't because I do it. What are you saying? I'm saying your wife is lying to you. He stood up again. I'm done. Fine. But before you go, one more thing. I pulled out the cognitive evaluation. Dr. Sarah Brennan, neuropsychologist, evaluated me Tuesday. 10-page report. Conclusion, no cognitive impairment. Fully competent, sharp memory, clear reasoning, capable of managing my affairs independently. I handed him the report. So, when Rachel tries to have me declared incompetent, this is what the judge will see. And then we'll have a conversation about why your wife committed fraud, attempted financial exploitation of an elder, and filed false statements to the court. His hands shook, holding the report. You had me evaluated? After you told me I was having a breakdown? After Rachel claimed I needed professional help? Yes, I protected myself. Dad, we weren't going to... Yes, you were. No. We were just worried about my house, my bank accounts, my assets. You were worried those might not become yours when I die. That's not fair. Neither is a fake DNA report. He set down the report, walked to the door, stopped. I don't know what to do. His voice cracked. I don't know how to fix this. We're drowning. I don't know what Rachel's doing, and now I'm protecting myself. From me, if necessary. He turned around, looked at me. I'm your son. Then act like it. What does that mean? It means stop lying. Stop letting Rachel lie. Stop treating me like an ATM. Stop showing up only when you need money. Be my son, not my debtor. I don't know how. Figure it out. He left. I sat at the table, stared at the file box, wondered if I'd just lost my son. The weekend was quiet. No calls, no texts, no contact. Monday morning, my phone rang. Unknown number. Mr. Sullivan, this is Angela Reeves from Adult Protective Services. We received a report expressing concerns about your welfare. And there it was. What kind of concerns? The report alleges you're experiencing cognitive decline, making irrational financial decisions, and may be vulnerable to exploitation. Who filed the report? I can't disclose that. It was my daughter-in-law. Pause. The report came from a family member. I'm 70 years old. I live independently. I manage my own finances. I'm cognitively intact. That's good to hear, but we're required to follow up. I'd like to schedule a home visit just to assess your living situation and make sure you have adequate support. When? Would Wednesday work? Wednesday at 10. Perfect. I'll see you then. I called James Mitchell. They filed with APS. Expected. Don't worry, you're clearly fine. The caseworker will see that. Have your documents ready. Show her the cognitive evaluation. Show her you're managing everything. Will she talk to David? Probably. She'll want to hear his concerns. What do I tell her about him? The truth. You've been financially supporting him for years. His wife manufactured a fake DNA report. They threatened to pursue guardianship. You're protecting yourself from exploitation. Wednesday morning, I cleaned the house. Not that it was dirty, but I wanted everything clear. Angela Reeves arrived at 10, mid-40s, professional, kind eyes. She asked to see the house. I showed her. Bedroom clean, bathroom clean, kitchen clean, refrigerator stocked, bills organized. We sat at the table. "Mr. Sullivan, tell me about the concerns that were reported." I told her everything. The fake DNA report, the competency threats, the financial history. Showed her the documents. She read the cognitive evaluation. "This is recent. Thursday. You initiated this evaluation yourself?" "After my son told me I needed professional help. The report shows excellent cognitive function." "I know. And you manage your finances independently?" I showed her my system. Bills paid automatically. Budget tracked. Accounts monitored. "Do you have support? Friends? Family?" "My neighbor, Barbara. We've known each other 20 years. "Anyone else?" "Most of my friends are dead. My wife died 3 years ago. My son is the one who filed this report. Probably." "Mr. Sullivan, I need to ask, have you been giving money to your son?" "Yes." "Regularly?" "For 11 years. $228,300 total." "Did he ask for it?" "Every time." "Did you feel pressured?" "Not at first. Eventually, yes." "Have you stopped giving him money?" 2 weeks ago." "How did he react?" "Angry. Then his wife hired a fake genealogist to prove I'm not his biological father. She wrote notes. Long notes." "Mr. Sullivan, I don't see any evidence of cognitive decline. Your home is well maintained. You're managing your affairs. You've taken appropriate steps to protect yourself." She paused. "But I need to talk to your son. Hear his perspective." "I understand. Is there anything else you want me to know?" "My son is a good person. Or he was. I don't know who he is anymore. His wife, Rachel, I think she's manipulating him. But that doesn't excuse what he's done, what he's allowing. I'll include that in my assessment." She left. Thursday afternoon, she called. "Mr. Sullivan, I've completed my investigation. I spoke with your son. I spoke with Barbara. I reviewed all your documents. And the case is closed. Unfounded. You're clearly capable of managing your affairs. There's no evidence of exploitation, of you. If anything, the pattern suggests financial exploitation running the other direction." "What did David say?" "He's worried about you. But his concerns don't match reality. He described confusion that I didn't observe. Forgetfulness you don't demonstrate. Poor judgment that your financial records contradict." He lied. I didn't say that. But his perception and reality don't align. "Will there be a report?" "Yes. It'll be in your file. Available if any guardianship action is filed." "Thank you. Mr. Sullivan, be careful. Family financial disputes can escalate." "I know. Friday morning I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. 'This is Rachel. We need to talk.' I didn't respond. An hour later my doorbell rang. Rachel and David. I saw them through the window. Didn't open the door. Rachel knocked. "Walter, we know you're home. Please open the door." I opened it 6 inches. "What do you want?" "We want to apologize," Rachel said. "I made a terrible mistake with that genealogy report. I thought, it doesn't matter. I was wrong." "Okay. Can we come in?" "No." David stepped forward. "Dad, please. We need to talk about this. We talked about it last week. APS came to our house, asked all these questions, made it sound like we were trying to exploit you. Were you?" "No, we were worried about you. With a fake DNA report?" Rachel's eyes welled up. "I panicked. We're in financial trouble. I thought if I could prove, I don't know what I thought. It was stupid. I'm so sorry." "Who did you pay to create the report?" "Someone online. A guy who does document creation. It was wrong. I know it was wrong." "Document creation? You mean forgery?" "Walter, please. You committed fraud. You filed a false APS report. You threatened to pursue guardianship based on lies. Why would I let you in my house?" David's face went red. "Because I'm your son. Because we're family. Because you can't just cut us off because of one mistake." "One mistake? David, this has been building for years. We needed help. And I gave it. $228,300 worth. When did it become an obligation instead of a gift? Rachel wiped her eyes. We're going to lose the house. Then sell it. We're underwater. Then walk away. We can't. Sophie's school is not my problem. Her tears stopped. Just like that. Face went hard. You're a selfish old man. You have all this money sitting in the bank. More than you'll ever need. We're drowning. David is your son, your only child, and you'd rather hoard your money than help him. I helped him for 11 years. And now when we really need you, you turn your back. No, now when you tried to defraud me, I protected myself. She laughed, sharp, bitter. You want to know the truth, Walter? You're a miserable old man living alone in a house too big for you, clinging to money you won't even spend. Martha's gone. You have no friends, no life, just your precious bank account. Rachel. David grabbed her arm. She shook him off. He should know. He should know what we say about him. How pathetic he is, sitting in his dead wife's house, surrounded by her stuff, pretending she's coming back. We laugh about it. The way you still set out 2 coffee cups in the morning, the way you water her stupid garden, you're a joke, Walter. The rage was building now. Hot, focused. I could feel it in my chest, in the way my vision seemed to sharpen. Get off my property. Or what? You'll call the police? Tell them your evil daughter-in-law was mean to you? Rachel, stop. David was pulling her now. He needs to hear this. He thinks he's so smart, so righteous. He's just a bitter old man who's going to die alone because he values money more than family. I stepped outside. They both stepped back. You came to my house. You apologized. I didn't believe it. Clearly I was right. You want my money. You want my house. You tried to prove I'm incompetent. You tried to prove I'm not even David's father. And when that didn't work, you show up here pretending to apologize. Now the mask's off. Good. At least we're being honest. Honest? Rachel laughed again. You want honest? Fine. David's been miserable for years, trying to live up to your expectations, trying to be good enough. Nothing's ever good enough. You helped with the business. You held it over his head every time it struggled. You helped with the wedding. You made comments about the cost. You helped with the house. You called it an investment, like we're a stock portfolio. Everything's transactional with you. You're describing yourself. That landed. She went quiet. Every interaction with you is a transaction, I said. You need money. You need help. You need babysitting. You need support. What have you ever given me? What have you ever offered that wasn't followed by an ask? David found his voice. We invited you to things. When? Christmas, Thanksgiving, Sophie's birthday. You spent Thanksgiving with friends. Christmas, in Colorado. Sophie's birthday, I wasn't invited. You had that party at the trampoline place. 40 kids. I found out from Barbara. She saw the photos on Facebook. We didn't think you'd want to. You didn't invite me. Silence. Dad, I was there when you were born. I raised you. I taught you to ride a bike, helped with homework, paid for college, gave you a car, helped start your business, paid for your wedding, helped buy your house, watched your stepdaughter 94 times in 2 years, and I wasn't invited to her birthday party. It was just a kid's thing. Other grandparents were there. I saw the photos. His face went pale. You wanted me to be your bank, not your father. And when the bank closed, you tried to take it by force. That's what the DNA report was. That's what the APS report was. You were trying to break in and rob me. That's not, David started. Yes, it is. I looked at Rachel. She planned it. Maybe you knew. Maybe you didn't. But you went along with it. You told me I was incompetent. You told me I needed help. You let your wife hire a fake genealogist. You let her file a false report. You're either complicit or you're weak. Either way, I don't trust you. Dad, I've changed my will. You're not my beneficiary anymore. I've changed my power of attorney. Barbara's handling everything now. When I die, the house goes to charity. The money goes to charity. You get nothing. Rachel's face twisted. You bastard. Maybe, but I'm a bastard who's not going to be exploited. You're going to die alone. I've been alone for 3 years. Since Martha died and you stopped visiting, this just makes it official. David was crying. Dad, please, don't do this. I already did. We can fix this. We can make it right. How? I don't know, but there has to be a way. You're my father. Then act like I'm your father, not your ATM, not your backup plan, not your inheritance, your father. I don't know how. Then we're done. I walked back inside, closed the door, locked it, heard Rachel screaming on the porch, David trying to calm her down. Eventually they left. I sat at the kitchen table, hands shaking now, made coffee, set out 2 cups, caught myself, put one back. Some habits die hard. My phone buzzed. Barbara. Walter, are you okay? I just saw Rachel and David leaving. They looked upset. We had a conversation. Need company? No, but thank you. Call if you change your mind. I will. The house was quiet again. I looked at the folder, the fake DNA report, still on the table. Thought about throwing it away. Decided to keep it. Evidence. Thought about David. 23. Full of potential. 34. Full of excuses. Thought about Martha. How she'd died asking about him. How he'd shown up late to her funeral. Thought about the garden. Her garden. Still blooming. I'd keep watering it. Not for her. She was gone. For me. Because it was beautiful. Because it reminded me that some things grow even when you're alone. The next week was quiet. No calls, no texts, no visits. I updated my will officially. Left the house to Habitat for Humanity. Martha would have liked that. Left the money to the hospital's cancer research fund. Split the remainder between a few small charities. Barbara signed as my power of attorney, healthcare directive, all of it. James Mitchell filed everything with the court. If David contests, he'll lose. Your cognitive evaluation is solid. Your intentions are clear. You're obviously competent. What if Rachel tries something else? Document it. Call the police if necessary. You have a paper trail now. Any harassment supports your decision to disinherit. 2 weeks passed. 3 weeks. I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. It dropped on a Tuesday. I was in the backyard, watering Martha's roses. Barbara came through the side gate. Walter, there's something you need to see. She showed me her phone. Facebook. Rachel had posted again. Long post. About how I'd abandoned my family. Cut off my son without warning. Refused to help with my granddaughter. Accused innocent people of fraud. Was hiding behind lawyers and therapists. 300 comments. Most sympathetic to Rachel. This man sounds abusive. Elder abuse goes both ways. Cut him off. He's toxic. A few defended me. People who knew me from church, from the old neighborhood. Walter Sullivan would give you the shirt off his back. There's more to this story. Barbara looked at me. Do you want to respond? No. Walter, people are believing her. People who don't know me. Let them believe what they want. What about the people who do know you? They'll ask me directly. I'll tell them the truth. And the ones who don't ask? Weren't really friends. She squeezed my shoulder. You're handling this better than I would. I'm tired, Barbara. I'm 70 years old. My wife's dead. My son chose money over me. I don't have the energy to fight on social media. I understand. She left. I finished watering the roses, went inside, made dinner, ate alone. Same as every night. Thursday, I went to the grocery store. Saw Linda Peterson in the produce section. We'd been in the same church group for 15 years. She saw me, looked away, kept walking. Message received. At checkout, Tom Williams was ahead of me. We'd worked at the same factory, retired the same year. Hey, Walter. Tom. Heard you're having some family troubles. Something like that. Anything I can do? Not unless you know how to fix betrayal. He nodded. If you need a beer and someone to listen, call me. I will. Some people believed Rachel's version. Some people believed mine. Most people didn't care enough to pick a side. Life went on. Friday morning, my phone rang. David. I stared at it. Let it ring. Voicemail. Dad, it's me. I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I need to tell you something. I left Rachel, moved out yesterday, staying with a friend. I don't know if it's permanent. Probably is. I can't do this anymore. You were right. About everything. The lying, the manipulation, the way she treated you. I didn't see it, or I didn't want to see it. I don't know, but I see it now. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Dad. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just wanted you to know I finally understand what you were trying to tell me. Anyway, that's all. Take care of yourself. I listened to it 3 times. Called James Mitchell. David left Rachel. How do you feel about that? I don't know. Do you want to reconcile? I don't know. Take your time. You don't have to decide now. Let him sit with the consequences of his choices. If he's serious about making amends, he'll prove it through actions, not words. What kind of actions? Consistency, time, respect for your boundaries, actually being a son instead of a debtor. What if he's just trying a different strategy? Then you'll see through it eventually. Trust your instincts, Walter. They've been right so far. I didn't call David back. A week later, he texted, Dad, I filed for divorce. Rachel's contesting custody of Sophie. It's going to get ugly. I'm not asking for help, just wanted you to know. I stared at the text. Wanted to call him, wanted to help. Wondered if that was the trap. Decided to wait. Another week. Another text. Dad, I got a job. Warehouse, night shift. It's honest work. Pays enough for my apartment and child support. I'm done chasing quick money. Done listening to people who tell me I deserve more than I'm willing to work for. Thought you'd want to know. I called him. Dad? Tell me about the job. Forklift operator, distribution center. Not glamorous, but it's stable. Benefits? Yeah. Health insurance. 401k match. Not much, but it's something. How's the apartment? Small. Studio. It's fine. You eating? Yeah, Dad. I'm eating. Silence. Dad, I don't expect. I'm not asking for. I know. I just wanted to tell you I'm trying. To be better. To be the person you raised me to be. It takes more than 3 weeks to prove that. I know. But it's a start. Yeah. Call me in a month. Tell me how the job's going. Okay. Yeah, I will. David? Yeah? I'm proud of you for leaving. He was quiet. Then, thanks, Dad. He hung up. I sat there holding the phone. Maybe he meant it. Maybe he'd follow through. Maybe in 6 months we'd rebuild something. Maybe in a year I'd change my will back. Maybe. Or maybe this was just another version of the con, the long game. Time would tell. For now, I watered Martha's roses, kept the house clean, paid my bills, called Barbara when I needed company, lived my life. Some days were hard, lonely. Some days were fine, and some days, like today, when David called to say he got promoted to shift lead, paid all his bills on time for 3 months straight, and wanted to know if I'd come over for dinner sometime. Some days were good. I haven't changed my will yet, but I'm thinking about it. That's something. If you enjoyed this story, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. To listen to more stories, click the video on the right. Thank you for listening.